I've heard a dude say, I want to go to school to learn how to preach because the preacher's making money. This is what we got going on. We got this stuff going on. I hear this stuff all the time. They bring the drug game to the church. You didn't see Jesus hanging around all the priests in the synagogue. He said, I don't have time to be dealing with these jokers here. You know why? Because they teach and they do not. See, I would rather follow a leader live in the book and they got the 3 members than follow a leader with 50,000 and go in the hell. That would have changed y'all way of thinking. That was basing success off of numbers. That's right. But I guess Satan's successful too. You might want to follow him. You got numbers. You got numbers. Christ had 12. Turned the world upside down. Everybody in his time had disciples and everybody had knowledge, but everybody ain't had no power. Stop trying to compare what you've been given to what somebody else got. See, are you still down? He told his disciples, he said, look, come with me and I will make you fishers of men. I ain't going to make you something that you don't know that you are. He could have easily went to the top scholars at the school and said, hey, come roll with me. But it wasn't about what they had. It was about, are you willing to be shaped and made? That's what we all have to go through, a shaping and a making. You find some of the most successful people, if you look at their lives before their success, you would think, ain't no way that joker they're going to be successful. No way. But yet, we don't want to be like that. Look what it says here. Let's read. It says here, in verse number 59, it says, he said these things in the synagogue while he was teaching in Capernaum. He's talking about eat of my body, drink of me. He said this in the synagogue. In the synagogue, y'all. He ain't in the streets right now. He ain't in the street. He in the synagogue. In fact, the synagogue heard he was more in the streets than in the synagogue. There were only a few times when he was in the temple. Right? So therefore, his name was made great in the streets. The streets declared the name. That's right. The synagogue heard about him in the streets. See, here's the thing. As a leader, I can't tell you to do anything that I ain't doing. When you look at the people, most of the people are a reflection of their leader. That's right. So if I'm a lazy leader, my people gonna be lazy too. You contract or you do what you are. Right? If you a filthy, low down, adulterous type leader, then that's what you're gonna attract. Because you ain't gonna never talk about sin. Never talk about sin. All these scandals going on. Do you think, dog? Do you actually think that the disciples had scandals? No. Attached to their name? You know what? They feared God more than their reputation. They knew that if I do this, I'm gonna drop dead. See, we lost the fear. So then the Most High said, okay, you ain't scared of me? I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna turn it up. And here comes something. Here come a wave or something. Here come a tsunami. See, all of these things is to get you back. But you know what we do? We get scared for 2 weeks. We have a prayer vigil, a prayer service for 2 weeks, and we back to sin full time. We only fear at the moment. We don't have an everlasting fear. We don't have an everlasting fear. Have an everlasting fear? We only scared for a moment. Just like the jack man, he come through your door, you fear for a moment. After the jack man gone, you back to it. Yes, sir. You see hustlers do it all the time. Yes, that's right. I'm like, I got cousins, they done been robbed 10 times. I'm like, when you gonna learn? One of my cousins got robbed, gunpoint. The other time, The guy shot at him, the bullet missed him. Right back to hustle again. I've been to jail 10 times. You don't have no fear. Here's the thing. You don't have fear practically. You don't have a practical fear. A practical fear is, I'm afraid of the dudes in the streets. So I know if you don't have no practical fear, you don't fear God. You don't fear him. And that's another thing. We got to learn how to separate and distinguish. We overly indulging in spiritual conversations. Sometimes we need to sit a person down and say, you are practically wrong. Yes. The thing that you're doing, come on. This conversation don't even require God or the Bible. You practically wrong. You practically wrong. You in debt not because of a demon. You in debt because you spend too much. Practically wrong. You don't even understand the practical thing.
Help me.
He said these things in the synagogue. Because he wanted the leaders to know. He not scared. He don't have no fear. He intentionally saying this in the synagogue so the leaders will know. He driving them crazy. He want to drive them crazy. See, this is that. We also, in the church, we also need crazy folks. We do. We need some crazy folks. We need skeptics. We need folks. See, they call it skepticism in today's time. The Bible called it discerners. You need folks who discern. See, I tell people all the time, most of the saints, most of the older generation, the elders in the church, most of them, they discerners. They discern at the house, sitting in their window, watching the neighborhood. See, I'm moving to the neighborhood, I want to know how many old people here. No disrespect to our elderly, I'm just using the terminology. I need to know how many people, what is the age range? If it's too many people in the neighborhood between 20 and 30, I got to work. If there's not enough people that are 60 and older, because I know, and I'm going to get to know the 60 and older. Hey, how you doing? My name is William. I live right down the street. Instead of I live here, there. You have free permission to check my house out. Every time. See, now we got sophisticated. We need ring bells and all that. No, back in the day, they didn't have no ring bells. Them was the ring bells. They got your phone number. See, y'all don't even know each other no more. You've been in the neighborhood 20 years. The dude next door, all you say is, hey, you don't even know him. You don't even know him.
My God.
It said that, see, them was the ring bells. They called you on your phone at work. Somebody just came, I don't know who that was. They were in a black police on. They were sitting out there in the car. It was two of them. One was in the back, had a cigarette. They give me straight detail. Straight detail. And the spiritual, you need them folk, you need them type in the church. They come in the church, they sit there, they be watching. They sit right where them elders at right there. You see what they right there? They gonna tell you everything. They gonna check them out. They come in here. Watch that sister over there. Watch that sister over there, Pastor. That's right. She got a spirit on her. I see how she's looking at you. The more you get energetic, the more she start moving. You gotta watch her. You gotta watch her. You gotta watch that brother over there. That brother's on the right over there. He over there on the right. He's jealous. You gotta watch him. He wants your wife. You gotta watch. All the time, I seen his eyes. I'm watching his eyes. And every time a sister walk by, he's looking at her backside and not her spine. I'm telling you, you need those type of people. And that's what Yeshua didn't mind. Christ didn't mind having those type of people around. All of those that were sinners that was hanging around him, they were skeptics. They were deserted. They'll tell him what's going on. They knew that he was the right one to follow versus the ones that were frightened. So he said, y'all love to be called rabbi. Y'all love to dress like y'all. So, you know how everybody preach, they come in, and I ain't hating. I got some couple suits too. I like to look good. I like to look good too. But you got some of these jokers, they come in, they walking on water. Come in walking on water. Coming in walking on water. See, I'm a discerner. I'm a skeptic, Pastor. I said that if we talking about the football game, I don't need you in your preacher voice.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't need you. Yes, in the touchdown. Did you see that play? humble and be a servant. Your spirit should give off serving. Walking on clouds. Got 20 armor bearers.
No.
20 people in the church. You gotta watch them, man. They try to play you. I've heard a dude say, I want to go to school to learn how to preach because the preacher's making money. This is what we got going on. We got this stuff going on. I hear this stuff all the time. They bring the drug game to the church. I'm telling you this stuff go on. And we flock to it. That's where everybody going. That's where everybody going. I'm going over there too. You don't join a church because of the kids program.
That's right.
Let me get back to my message. They're going to throw me up out of here. But in verse number 60, it says, when many of his disciples heard this, they said, this is a difficult and harsh and offensive statement. Who can be expected to listen to it? I'm not going to go around here telling people, man, to eat your body and drink your blood. And all. They didn't hear nothing about I came down.
No.
All they heard was, man, this dude talking cannibalism, he talking crazy. Who gonna follow him? What school you went to? You hang out with who? You don't hang out with none of the people in the temple? And then you said this in the temple? Wait, you ain't got no, who co-signing you? You ain't co-signed by the big name? No, I came down from the heavens. What? That's all we don't know nothing about no heaven. All we know about is rabbi this and rabbi that and all that. That's all we know. And we know that they are the big names in the temple and in the synagogue. So if they ain't co-signed you, then you obviously ain't nobody.